Coach, first off, congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Yeah.
Would you like to start off with any opening remarks?
Uh, good thing it was a three-period game. No, I thought Ryan Fanti had an outstanding game for us, kept us within distance. Our first 40 minutes wasn't good, but that's what a team like Denver does to you. They don't give you a lot of room, and we didn't respond very well. We had spurts, but they were carrying the play, and he had to make some big saves. And we were fortunate it was 1-0 going to the third, and we talked about that, and just that's a one-goal game, and we got to go win a third period. And our power play came through again, and we got a big win. So last two nights, it's been our power play in the third period that's carried us, but we got to start putting together more of a 60-minute game as we go along here.
All right, and I'm going to open up questions to start off with Matt Wellens.
Scott, what can you? I'm afraid we're going to run out. I'm going to make you run out of things to say about Ryan Fanti earlier than Hunter Shepard here. What can you say about the poise that that young man showed in the second when you guys were getting bombarded, and then especially on the power play or on the penalty kills there in the late in the period that kept this game just a one-goal game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think the first period too. I looked up. I think they only had 4 shots, but 3 of them were like point blank. I mean, they were great chances, and he made the saves, and that probably gave him confidence too. But no, he was seeing the puck well, and he did play with a lot of poise and calmness. And, I thought our team wasn't playing with that calmness, like we need to, and he was, thank God. But again, it's a great sign. It's something I talked about last night. Hopefully the Omaha game, his first start, getting that under his belt and winning, is a good confidence builder for him. This should be another one. And certainly for our team, it's a good confidence builder to see him play that way.
All right. And over to Greg Cameron.
Hi, Coach. Power play converted twice last night, and you said you still wanted to see a little bit more out of them. I wanted to know if you saw that tonight, and if not, what are you looking for more going ahead here?
Yeah, I was, for a while it wasn't sharp. But again, it's a 2-minute power play, and those guys converted certainly at the end. And I think after that, the second one, they were feeling pretty good. They were confident. We threw them back out there, and they got another quick one. So, it's basically for the 5 guys from our top unit last year that have played together, and they have a lot of creativity and chemistry together. So, they've come through at the right time, which is critical. You need to either get momentum off a power play or score a goal, and obviously we needed to score a goal, and we fortunately got 2. But those guys have done this before together, and hopefully they'll continue to do well and have success. But it was the timeliness of the goals both nights.
And back to Matt Wellens.
Scott, starting with Wyatt Kaiser on the power play, playing a big role in setting up those 2 goals. I'm wondering, did you start like back in September with him quarterbacking the power play? Was that something you guys started with, or did he work his way into that role?
Yeah, no, that's what we had in mind when he was coming in here, and we felt he could do the job. And we also talked about 5 forwards at some point. So I mean, obviously Cole's not on there, but he could be on there. But no, you gotta let our player like him and our young guys be in those situations. He certainly is a guy that we recruited to. We looked at as a power play guy, and similar to he reminds me a lot of Mikey Anderson up there as far as just the right plays, and he's got good poise up there and sees the ice well, and I think he saw that in the last 2 games here.
What did you think of what Kaiser did on the PK there late in the game? Looked like he made a couple goal-saving plays there.
Yeah, good. I think Adam gave him a little business in the second period when he made a little bit of a mistake too. But that's all learning. He threw him back out there, and it was important. Obviously, Louis is an important part there at the end. But no, he's you got to put guys in those situations, and he's learning on the fly here. And I think his first 2 games, he's learning what college hockey is all about. And obviously we saw a very good team tonight too, and a little different pace and different style. And but he's had a couple of real good games, and I think he's done a good job in all those situations.
All right, and over to Jordan.
Yeah, Coach, obviously to knock off a top 5 team tonight, is there any of like an extra comfort factor of starting off 2-0 here in the pod?
Better going too. I know. You know what? This is again going into this. Everybody was excited. We talked about taking it a game at a time because you don't know, right? And it was probably I was a little more worried about the fatigue factor, and I think at times that was the case until we got a little momentum. But again, hopefully it's like a season, right? Everything's a process. You take it in stride, and you keep learning and trying to get better every game. And tonight, I thought there were some parts that weren't very good, and Denver will do that to you because, like I said before, they don't give you a lot of time and space. But we've got to continue to work on areas of our game to get better, just like you do if you're starting in October. And it's nice to get the 2 wins, and then you guys should feel good about that. But you got to turn the page here and move on to the next one and prepare and hopefully again be a better team. Whether we might not win the next game, but we could play better. So it's the end of it. We want to win, but it's still a process and trying to develop your team.
All right, and back to Matt.
Scott, what do the next 3 days look like now after playing back-to-back to start here?
Well, we'll skate tomorrow, probably a light skate. I mean, Friday, I think we have an early morning skate, so a lot of our guys are still in school and have class, so that's probably going to be an optional. And then we'll have a good practice Saturday before we play Miami on Sunday.
All right, and any other questions? Matt, once again.
Yeah, last one. Scott, the second period tonight, did it kind of have the feeling of last night when you talk about good thing this being a 3-period game? What do you think was going on there in the second period for your guys? Was there a little fatigue or just what was happening?
Sometimes when you don't get anything going, right, you feel there's probably a little bit of that frustration. And when you're frustrated and you don't have any momentum going, you probably do mentally tire a little bit quicker. But you got to give the other team a lot of credit. They were pushing the pace and they were playing their game and they weren't giving us much time. I thought we, I won't say mistakes, it's some bad decisions. And, again, they put you, they can put you on your heels because they really play a great transition game. And obviously they're forwards and you get the puck up the rink and they play as a group of 5. But, again, we just didn't really get anything going. I mean, we had 9 shots for a long time. And, when you don't get it, when you don't have anything, it just feels like it's a struggle sometimes. So you got to fight through that. And our guys did that.
All right. Thank you for your time, Coach.
You bet. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
All right, we're joined by Ryan Fanti here after UMD's 2-1 win over Denver. We have an opening question here from Matt Wells.
Hi, Ryan. Man, how worth the wait was it finally get this opportunity and then to do what you did in your first 2 collegiate regular season games and starts?
Yeah, no, it's been a really cool couple of days here, just in general, like you said, just waiting for it. And then this whole pod experience has definitely been a learning curve, but, the NCHC's done a really good job at, doing a good job at keeping us safe and letting us be able to play. But yeah, I don't know, these first couple of games are a little bit of a roller coaster with the way we won them, but just proud of the guys and how relentless that we were these past couple nights.
All right, and over to Jordan.
Yeah, Ryan, can you talk about that second period and what you saw back there?
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit different than the first with not getting too much action, but I don't know, I didn't mind it. It was definitely kept me in the game and kept me a little dialed, kept me on my toes. Tonight was a lot different than last night. I thought, compared to Omaha, they both got pucks to the net, but I found Denver was a little bit more patient, especially just not, being too antsy and throwing at the puck. They were definitely taking that extra second to find the guy in the slot. But yeah, that second, I don't know, they threw lots of traffic and everything, but I was able to find it. And it was big, especially to come back in that third. So overall good game.
All right, over to Greg.
Ryan, Coach just talked a lot in the lead up to the pod about your work with Brandon Nicklin over the summer and last season as well. Is there anything specifically that you worked on with him that maybe you thought was a real difference maker for you in these first 2 starts?
I wouldn't say anything like specifically technically, no, but I know Brant's really good at, even just the past 3 years, it's been, everyone knows it's been Shep playing nonstop, but Brant really isn't too, he's good with all 3 goalies out of there, and he's really takes, he looks into each guy specifically and, on which ways they can get better. So yeah, I know I worked with a lot with Brant and, Ben and Shep last year, and then even with Ben and Zach this year, of just all 3 of us really being a really good goalie trio and just, helping each other out with whatever we can with you know what I mean? It's team success is the most important, and it really doesn't matter who's in that. I'm really just happy to have those 2 guys at my back. And I just know that if either one of them got the nod on last night or tonight or in the future, the other 2 is always behind them. So, and Brant's always really good with us and just, keeping us on our toes of who's going to play and in practice, just like, showing us different stuff and things. And yeah, no, everything's really good with Brant and the other goalies. It's we got a really good group.
All right, and back to Matt.
Brian, did you talk much with Shep ever about, he was kind of in the same position you were. He sat his entire first year at UMD and just worked with Brant. Did you ever get a chance to talk to him about that season, and what did he tell you about it?
No, not really. Shep, he's not too much of a talkative guy at all, but no, Shep was good. That's kind of what kind of captain he was. He just kind of led by example. So, he had a certain style of game, and I talked with Brant a lot about it. Shep really found his stride coming in, halfway through sophomore year, where he really just figured out what worked for him, even if it wasn't, the traditional way of goaltending, which obviously seemed to work. So, I kind of looked at that in last year, and, Brant even said when they were in the Frozen Four in Chicago there, when Miska was playing, he said going down the stretch there, Shep wasn't playing, but he was in practice every day. He was arguably the better goalie on the ice and just getting better and better. So I think last year I really, tried to mirror that by just practicing and not playing. And then, even just every day in practice, coming up here, I know we had 2 or 3 months that were a little, stagnant with no games, and it was just another week of practice. But yeah, just kind of a mental thing, and just, every day you're just trying to go out there and improve on something, whatever it is.
All right, and another one from Matt.
I was going to say, the only thing Shep really gets talking about is hunting or fishing. Wyatt Kaiser made 2 huge plays at the end of the game tonight there during that empty net, and it was a 6-on-4, I guess. What did you see from Kaiser, and have you seen that young defenseman grow in these first 2 games, or even tonight?
Yeah, I think everyone's seen it in the past couple of games, and then even throughout our team and our coaching staff the past couple of months. I think what really stands out of how young he is, and even his first couple of games, is just his poise and his patience and making smart plays, but as well as he's not too afraid to get a little out of his comfort zone. He's not just playing super safe, which I think kind of makes him stand out. So, but I think he had a really good couple of games here, and the rest of our freshmen as well. A couple forwards and a couple defensemen last night. I think everyone kind of just played their part, and it ended up working out the past 2 nights.
All right, and any other questions for Ryan? All right, thank you for your time, Ryan, and congrats on the win.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right, we're joined by Wyatt Kaiser here after UMD's win over DU. Wyatt, congrats on the win, first off.
Thank you.
First question goes to Matt Wellens. Matt?
Wyatt, can you take us through the very end of the game there, and the couple plays you had to make to save goals? What do you remember?
I was just trying to block the shot, really. Get the puck out of the zone. Nothing too special. Just play for the team.
All right, and over to Greg.
What made it to the college game now that you've had?
Can you say that again, please?
Sorry, you got me?
Yep.
How does it feel getting acclimated to the college game now that you have 2 two games under your belt?
Oh, it's awesome. It's been a blast so far. I haven't played a game in 9 months. It's a learning curve, definitely. Just try to keep learning.
All right, and back to Matt.
Wyatt, Coach Sandelin said that Coach Kraus said something to you on the bench there before sending you back out there, I think, for the PK or after another PK. What did Kraus have to say to you? What advice did he give you?
He said, don't screw it up. He said, play hard. I didn't really catch it too much. I mean, I was just focused on what I had to do, but it's something along those lines.
All right, Wyatt, how's it feel to get back out on the ice after 9 months and finally get things going again?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, a little rusty, but figuring it out as I go.
And back to Matt Wellens.
Wyatt, you've kind of taken the spot that Scott Prenovich had on the power play there. What's it like working with the weapons that this team has on the power play, especially Jackson Cates and Kobe Roth, what they've been able to do on the advantage last couple days here now?
Oh, it's been awesome. It's made my job super easy. I mean, trying to take what Scott did and just kind of make it my own game, be myself and use those weapons to the best of my ability.
What it mean for you? Sorry, Sean, just follow. Wyatt, what did it mean to you that Coach Sandelin and the staff put you out there quarterbacking the power play right away when you got here?
I mean, it was awesome. I just tried to do the best I could.
All right, and back to Greg.
Is there anything that the leadership group and the seniors have told you heading into the year, given any advice that you think has helped you the most in your collegiate debut?
I mean, the older guys have so much knowledge. They've been through it all. They understand what it takes to win. I mean, every day you go to the rink and you learn something new, just little things here and there, mindset, for practice, what to do during practice, the intensity it takes after practice, the cool down, just everything.
All right, and any other questions for Wyatt? All right, thanks for your time, Wyatt. Enjoy the next couple of days off and congrats on the win.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Sean.
Yes.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, guys.